the final game of the first day of the 51st Annual Bloomfield Tournament, we got a game between the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels and the 9th-seeded Portageville Bulldogs. My name's Terry McVeigh. Seated next to me is Terry Turlington, longtime coach, administrator, and NCAA, both football and basketball official. Coach, we got an 8th and a 9th seed. That's usually best game of the first day of a tournament, but it's going to be tough to beat the last game, that Malden-Kennett game.
Well, Puxico-Dexter also had a good tussle, and I think that Richland won this game earlier in the year, and I don't know whether you could say, well, Portageville wasn't ready or what, but since then Portageville's lost a player I know that could certainly won't help them any. And so it could be another good ball game.
I think it should be another good ball game. We've had several good ball games today. We had a couple of predictable blowouts early. The first game, number 1 Haytie beat the number 16 East Carter 85-45. The second game, Bernie, number 2 seed, defeated Greenville 90-50. The 3 seed Dons defeated East Prairie 69-35. Then it started getting some good games. Bloomfield beat Van Buren 67-57, but Bloomfield was behind in that game going into the fourth quarter. As you said, Puxico, 12-seeded Puxico Indians beat the Dexter Bearcats 73-64. Puxico played an excellent game. If they play like that, they could win this tournament.
They did. They got a lot of threes down, and that helped them a lot. And right now, if I had to pick who has played the best, I would say Puxico today.
Puxico's played the best that I've seen. In the next game, the 11th seeded South Pembscott Bulldogs beat Twin Rivers Royals 64-62. Another very close game. It was one of those games looked like South Penn had won the game 3 or 4 different times, and Twin Rivers kept coming back.
Yeah, they just
and finally
tried to give it back to Twin Rivers, and they wouldn't take it.
They wouldn't take it. Finally, they got it tied, and South Penn answered late in the game with a layup to win the game by 2. The game that just finished was another very competitive, excellent game. As the Malden Green Wave, 7th-seeded, defeated the Kennett Indians 66-60.
Kennett had a lead in that game, and then Malden came out and after the half and had a 13-2 run and looked like they were going to take care of business. And then Kennett's back in the game and ties it late. I'm not sure, did they ever go ahead or not?
No, they tied it late. I believe it was at 60. They tied it at 60, and Malden scored the last 6 points. They scored 2, and then Kennett had the foul, and that's where they got the last 6 points. But considering that the same 2 teams played last Tuesday night, and Malden beat Kennett by 15, and it wasn't that close a game. It was a 20 or 25 point game. That's how things change. We have to remember we are playing with high school kids. And now we have the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels versus the Portageville Bulldogs. Now it's the starting line. Portageville is coached by longtime coach Jim Bidwell. He's assisted by Ron Riddle and Jason Irby. T.J. Smith, 5'10 senior. Terrell Jones, a 6'4 senior. Jacob Estes, 6'1 senior. Ryan White, number 1. And DJ Birdwell. Birdwell is a 5'10 junior. Richland Rebels are coached by Casey Knight, assisted by Michael Gleason. Mickey Latham, a 5'11 sophomore. 14, Nick Harris, a 5'11 senior. Landon Miller, 6'2 senior. Drew Thornton, a 6'1 sophomore. And Mac Thornton, a 5'10 sophomore. So Richland's got a young team.
Officials tonight are Matt Keeney from Van Buren, Joe Baldwin from New Madrid, and Bobby Godwin from Poplar Bluff. Veteran officiating.
Very veteran officiating. Always good to see Joe Baldwin call a game. I just enjoy watching him.
Joe's been around a long time.
I enjoy watching him call a game because it looks like he's enjoying himself calling.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Doing great and wonderful.
Hello and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, so or this game tournament, so I'm not.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
Bleachers are about half full now. A lot of people moved out after the Kennett Malden game, so I think they might be going to miss a good ball game here, but we're late starting,
we're only an hour and 15 minutes late.
That's past my bedtime.
Talel Jones is going to jump it against Drew Thornton.
Jim Bidwell, the coach of Portageville, he's done it all. He's had 2 undefeated championship teams, 1991 and 1993, and won the state championship. Coach is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, or the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, actually.
And deservedly so. I think he won 4. Didn't he win 4 Class II championships in a row?
He won 2. Won in 91 and 93, and won a lot of conference championships. And so, like I say, he's done it all. Down a little bit in talent this year, so again, I guess it happens to everybody.
Yeah, they've been down in talent the last couple of years. They still end up winning 15, 17 games, even when it doesn't look like they have.
Yeah, they were 17-8 last year, and 5-1 in the conference, and won second place in the Boot Hill Conference.
A little travel there, a little stutter step on Ryan White. Neither team scored here in the first 50 seconds or so.
Portageville has a 2-3 record this year, and as we said, had played Richland the first game of the year, and it was an overtime. Richland won the game.
Who scored that? Besides Portageville.
I believe it was 10. One went in for a driving layup, and
well, everybody's got the same vehicles to sell. All we have to sell is service and reputation.
You seem to want to treat the customer the way you want to be treated.
They're going to be treated good. They're going to get good service. Going to get a good vehicle.
Taking care of the people after the sale. We feel like we're absolutely the best.
It's all a family, customers and the people who work here.
We have a good reputation with a lot of good people.
I only had Alan Christian and Dexter.
I was checking my scorebook on something. I believe I had the name wrong, Ryan White wrong. I think that's Brian Wright.
Right. Well, they do have a 1.
He is a number 1. Portageville called a quick timeout after that basket. I don't think Coach Bible was very pleased with the starters team.
He was wanting them to press, and they scored, and they got the winner's trot just down at the other end of the floor, and forgot a little something.
But a little bit high on the lead pass from Harris trying to hit Thornton. T.J. Smith bringing the ball down for Portageville, 5'10" senior. As a walk, that's Demetric Trotter who's in the game for Portageville.
Portageville in a full court man-to-man press. Richland going to attack it.
Foul
try
on
to
Jacobs
score.
on the floor. That's first team foul. First foul on Estes.
Portageville man-to-man's the out of bounds.
Long three from the corner by Latham. A little bit short, but the ball goes out of bounds off of Portageville. Latham will trigger it inbounds from the underneath their own basket. Nice takedown there. I think in wrestling he'd have a point. Ball went off of Richland. Back to Portageville. At least he didn't have him in a full Nelson.
No, Portageville, again, not quite as talented as they've been in the past, even last year. You know, they had the big boy, can't think of his name, Ely, and he moved back to New Madrid.
He moved back to New Madrid. And that Trey Mosby was a very nice guard.
Right.
Played for him last year. Bruce Mathis enters the game for Portageville. Replacing
Coach Bible's already substituted 2 or 3 times. He's not happy the way things are going right now.
Good man-to-man. Nice feed inside Talel Jones for 2. Puts Portageville up 4-0. Timeout Portageville. Looks like the coach still isn't satisfied. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Glenn St. Ford on Highway 49 North in Paragould is your Ford Mercury dealer. Glenn St. in Paragould has great deals every day on all Ford and Mercury vehicles. We also have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles around. Glenn St. in Paragould has an outstanding service department with some of the top technicians in the country. We're located on Highway 49 North in Paragould. Glenn St. Ford, where our price and friendliness bring you here and our service bring you back.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes. Three Rivers affordable tuition
means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Well, this game's gotten off a little bit of a slow start. Portageville's made a couple of layups and have a 4-0 lead. I think their pressure man-to-man defense is bothering Richland right now.
Yeah,
Richland
I think
hasn't really had a good shot yet.
I think they'll keep it up, and as the game goes, they'll turn the pressure up. Richland's had a rich history in this tournament, but it's been several years back. They won the tournament in 62, 63, 71, and 76, and so.
Richland breaks the pressure, and the layup's good by Drew Thornton.
Took it all the way.
Again, they attack the press. Last year, Richland, as a 15 seed, I believe, did come in, and there's a three-pointer by Smith.
Yep.
Came in as a 15 seed, won the consolation, and won 3 games.
That's correct. Beat Kennett in the consolation championship game.
Year before that, they pulled the big upset as a 14 or 15 seed.
That's right.
Oh, travel. 4:48 play in the first quarter.
Richland lost to Richland lost to Malden in a runaway, and then came back and beat Hayti, and then came back and beat East Prairie, and then won the consolation over Kennett. So they had a good run last year.
So that old Jones for the layup.
Good shot.
Good shot. Good.
Didn't balance up. Didn't get it down. Portageville putting heavy pressure all over the floor, and it's bothering Richland a little bit. Good pressure defense will bother you.
And one thing they learn how to do at Portageville is play defense. That was a foul on Bobo, second team foul, first personal. Bobo gets fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Made a ball side cut down the back end and hit him low, and probably should have got the ball in the basket, but didn't. Got foul.
Foul on Latham, his first, team first. Banks one in.
Banks open.
I think he called it.
Bank is open.
I think I saw him call that, so it'll count.
I'll tell you one thing, it won't count in horse unless you call it. So what you got to do as soon as you shoot it, you start yelling. Start yelling bank. Board, it's board.
Second one's no good. Makes 1 of 2. Here's Portageville, a 6-point lead. Oh, I think one. Portageville on breakaway. Bobo with the layup.
Officials letting a lot of contact go both ways. That's okay.
I think that's the Portageville's advantage.
Yeah, I think it will be too.
Pull-up jumper by Demetric Trotter.
Heavy pressure is really bothering Richland. They don't have a real good point guard.
They broke it well that time. Foul underneath. Bruce Mathis. That'll send Landon Miller to the line for 2. Mathis' first foul. And Miller rolls it in.
Knock it down. Coach Bidwell substituting again. Trying to keep some fresh people in this early in the week game. Playing late tonight. And if they win, I'm trying to see when they'll play. If Portageville wins, they'll play at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. They'll play Hayti.
That could be a good game.
Could be.
And Brian Wright pulls up. That's the problem being an 8 or 9 seed. You don't get you're going to have a tough first game.
Yeah.
And then if you win that, you turn around and play the first seed.
That's right.
Foul on Byron Wright out front. His first foul, 4th team foul on Portageville.
5 fouls in the half. Portageville's got 4 of them.
A little over the back, I think makes it 4-2. As Drew Thornton went over the back, picks up his first foul, 2nd team foul. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. The score is Portageville 12, Richland 4. Again, another substitution as Jones comes in, replacing Byron Wright. Richland drops back in the zone. I guess they're going to see how Portageville attacks it, or if they're going to be content just to sit back. No pressure on the ball. But they did get the ball underneath the Jones, and it was stripped from him, and back to Portageville with Birdwell inbounding. Trotter with the three-pointer that's a little bit wide, but then he hustles down the court and disrupts the ball, but he's running around somewhere.
Richland get a good shot, balanced up, knock it.
A three by Latham. Makes it 12-7.
Portageville staying in a 2-3 zone. Richland in a 2-3 zone, and Portageville's having a little bit of trouble attacking it.
Yeah.
There we go. Down the middle.
Down the middle, nice little floater.
They found the open spot.
Jacob Estes with a nice little left-handed floater.
2-3 zone, both wings pinching and a gut down the middle. Play a zone, you always try to do the opposite of what the point is. If it's a 2-3, you try to get a single point out there.
Another long shot by Mickey Latham, his second three in a row.
He got the hot hand.
Yep.
He's got the feel.
Makes it 14-10, Portageville's favor. 2 trips in a row for Latham to get threes. Trotter from the sideline, bounces, won't make it. Birdwell puts it back in.
Had to bounce it once.
He just had to bounce it. Just couldn't help it.
Had to balance himself up.
Jones hustling down. Got a piece of the ball. The ball's off of Richland.
When you scout a team, one of the things you always look at, 2 or 3 things. One is, if you press them, will they try to score against you? And if not, then your high-risk defense becomes a very low-risk defense. And another thing is whether they can shoot without bouncing the ball. Because if they do, then that gives you a big leg up on coverage.
Gives you an extra second to get there.
That's correct.
Plus, if they're bigger than you are, they're not bigger when they put the ball on the floor.
Well, that's right, and
nice move by Byron Wright.
So many guys that put the ball on the floor can only turn one way, and so that nullifies the big man a lot of times.
Long three-pointer at the buzzer, no good by Richland. In the first quarter, the 9th-seeded Portageville Bulldogs lead the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels 18-10. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
$30,000. Do I hear 40? $40,000. Do I hear 50? 50,000. I have 50,000. Going once, twice. Sold to the gentleman in the center.
Hi.
Moving on. This is a 19th.
Okay. I want to go ahead and sell it now.
Sell what?
That thing I bought.
Constantly buying and selling stocks doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones recommends investment strategies that have proven themselves over the long term. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What if sports were much more than just a game? And there was more at stake than just the score? What if it were possible to see the world impacted for Jesus Christ through the influence of athletes and coaches?
Hi, my name is Bill Ray. I'm the area representative for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Southeast Missouri. If you'd like to see athletes and coaches striving to win, doing it God's way, call me at 280-0932 or go to fca.org and put in your zip code. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Gregory's Creations, fragrant candles and lampe brochet fills the air. brides are registering for fine china.
Many unique gift ideas and a warm, friendly atmosphere is created at Patricia's Tea Room. Plus, Patricia's Tea Room serves lunch Thursday through Saturday at 11 to 2.
Call J.R. York, attorney at law, if you've been injured by another's negligence, hurt at work, or denied disability. Over 20 years experience. J.R. York, attorney at law. Call 624-7406.
Well, it looked like in the first quarter, the Portageville pressure man defense gave Richland some troubles. Richland came back, got a couple of threes late. They're down by 8. Portageville really didn't execute that well offensively, except for a couple of times down the court, but they lead 18-10.
Yeah, Latham came in and a little left-handed guard and got 6 of their 10 points on back-to-back trips down the floor. But Portageville's playing as Portageville does. Never flashy, but you look up and they're 8 points ahead, and do a lot of things right. Do some things wrong, but do a lot of things right.
They've substituted liberally.
Yes,
Richland has not. Now they did just bring in John McGarity, a 6'2" junior. At the start of the second quarter. And he gets the ball underneath and scores.
Lost a man. Somebody lost a man.
And
so it happens a lot of times on a substitution. You have to get it straight. They've changed their zone from a 2-3 to a 1-3-1 zone, trying to match up with Portageville offense, who again has a single point. I kind of think in a minute you'll see 2 men out there for Coach Bidwell.
Wright drove through the zone, but didn't make it all the way through. Like Portageville's gone to. Now I thought they went to the zone. They're in the zone.
Portageville's now gone to I think it's a 1-1
charge.
1-1-3 zone, and what they're doing is they're splitting out with ball coverage, trying to point the ball.
Substitution.
I don't think that's an odd match. I'm not sure. I need to look at it another time.
Jeremy McGarity is now coming into the game.
And Portageville brings in 2.
Portageville keeps their substitutions rolling. They've played just about. They played most everybody. They've got a couple that haven't played, but it's early in the second quarter. Three seconds in the lane. Talel Jones
just came in the game and basically was in there about 10 seconds. Pretty liberal.
As they usually are.
Call, not that he was wrong, because he wasn't. 1-1-3 looks like we're in here. Kind of an odd match.
Trying to match up, aren't they?
Yeah, it's kind of an odd matching. Well, there was our 3-point shooter.
And Latham's ball's out of bounds. It goes to Portageville.
Stepped on the line as he put the ball back in.
Byron Wright down to Jones, and a nice block by Drew Thornton, the 6'1" sophomore, blocks the 6'4" senior. Gets the Richland crowd up. Mathis out front to right, swinging it around.
Portageville running an overload. Still in the 1-3-1 zone.
Ball's taken away from Mathis. And Mac Thornton, the 5'10 sophomore, brings the ball up.
Played all the way out, played out. Did hustle back. Still cost him.
Got hustle back, and another three by Latham short. Thornton was fouled underneath. By Jones, his first foul, 15th foul. He was not in the act of shooting. But Jones will take a seat on the bench. And be talked to
man in the out of bounds play.
Steal by Fred Treadwell, 6-foot freshman who's in the game for Portageville.
Got down in the trap area. You want to try to keep the ball out of the corners.
Yeah, he had four men guarding him. The two guys in the white shirts and the two out of bounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Out of that 1-3-1 zone, they're trying to trap a little bit when they go into the corner areas. They're not pressing with it, but they're playing it in the lane and then trapping if the ball goes to the corner.
Estes to Treadwell, a nice little move inside by the freshman. Fred Treadwell gets his first 2 points, and the first 2 points for Portageville this quarter. That was a nice move by the freshman.
Yes, it was. Kept his eye on the bucket.
Keeps it alive, but Richland still comes out with it. Latham again for three, and he gets another one.
Got a lot of confidence. He's shooting with a lot of confidence. Evidently, he's a pretty good shooter.
I guess he has the green light. He's made three threes.
I'd think so. Well, they got out of the 1-3-1. Now they're in the 2-1-2. So what he's doing, he's keying it some way and matching, changing his zones. He's been in 3 different zones so far in the game.
That's just with the weak side put back.
Weak side rebounding on both teams is not very good.
Of course, 22-15 in favor of Portageville with about 4 minutes left in the first half. Latham short on the jumper, but
again, weak side rebounding.
Drew Thornton was underneath, cleaned it up, and will go to the line. Foul was on the freshman Treadwell. His first, team 6th. And the old-fashioned three-point play is good. Cuts the lead to 4. Portageville's ahead 22-18. They had an 8-point lead at the end of the first quarter. But Portageville has not been able to score much this quarter. They've only had 4 points. And they roll one through the legs. Scramble for the ball. It's tied up. Alternate possession goes to Portageville.
A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients. Are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally, no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
Jacob Estes.
Both teams having trouble hanging on to the ball right now. Turning the ball over and not getting any continuity of offense at all.
Yeah, it's not crisp. To use an understatement. Estes keys the ball into right. Bounce pass down around his knees, and Treadwell couldn't handle it. It goes out of bounds. It's Richland's ball. And we're going to put some pressure on man-to-man. So Portageville switching up their defenses.
Just playing a little bit out of control.
Yeah, foul's on Wright. He
just came storming out and ran right into the man. Nobody control at all.
And that's why he's sitting on the bench right now.
Yeah, I think Coach Bible agreed with me.
Latham to the line for a 1-on-1, as that was the 7th team foul this half, and he misses. Hits 3 3-pointers and misses the free throw. Gets his own rebound, though. Feeds it underneath. And there's a lid on the bucket. Trotter with the ball out front.
.15 caught in the 3-second lane.
That's the second 3-second violation on Portageville, and that's something you just don't see on Jim Bible teams.
Joe got them both.
Foul underneath, it looks to be on number 10, T.J. Smith, his first foul, the 8th team foul. That'll send Drew Thornton to the line for a 1-on-1. He's hit his only free throw this game, which was on the tail end of a 3-point play. Little repairs going on. I guess he could do like I did in the game once. I stepped on my heel and left my shoe at half court, and then we got a breakaway, and I tried to take off with it. I didn't score.
Carrying your shoe, or did you just
No, I just left it at half court. I was sliding all over the place. First one's good. He'll get a second.
Yeah, these kids
I got to go sit on the bench after that one.
Kids got so many shoes now. I know I went to University of Missouri, and we play, wear the old Converse shoes, and I remember about midway through the season they gave us a second pair, and I thought that was unbelievable. Get 2 pair of shoes in 1 year.
Well, that's because you're on a big-time college program.
That's right.
Richland's got it back to within 2 points. And Portageville just doesn't have it going on with the ball.
They just can't.
There's a walk.
They simply can't. They're just not getting any rhythm to the game, I guess.
No, they're having trouble hanging on to the ball, especially underneath.
Yeah, I mean, passing, hitting people in the feet with it, and just not a Portageville team.
There's
but again,
defense. Again, a little fumble, but
I don't care how good a coach you are, you still got to have some talent.
Yep.
And I think Coach Bide will be the first to admit that this is not one of his more talented teams. You know, they lost the one guy this past week, and then
who was a nice little player.
Right, then
Johnson.
the Big Ely kid, and so they lost 2 kids that played on that team last year that I'm sure he was dependent on.
Well, backdoor with Latham, he scores 2. Latham has 11 points this first quarter, and it's tied up at 22.
Richland had a 10. Portageville had a 10-point lead, and Richland's cut it off, and now then Richland has come into a 1-2-2 half-court press.
And which is giving Portageville
Yeah,
problems.
1-2-2 half-court. Kind of an unusual lineup. I believe I would put a man in the middle up there about the top of the circle and then try to hit him, go right down the gut, which he'll do here in a minute, if they stay in it. Richland changing defenses frequently.
Now they've fallen back into a 2-1-2.
Now back to 2-1-2 zone, so they're keying it some way. I'm not sure how. Maybe from the bench.
Three-pointer by Estes is off. Portageville really doesn't have any three-point threats.
No.
And that makes it even more difficult when you're trying to get the ball underneath, because Richland knows that Portageville is probably not going to make very many three-point shots. There's Jones. The big guy's out of the defense.
Well,
Leaves him. He's been open, but there's a foul underneath. The foul's on Nick Harris. His first, team fifth. Less than a minute to go. The game's tied at 22. And a foul over the back by Nick Harris. He now has 2 fouls.
And
within 5 seconds.
Be bonus after the next foul, but we're down to 43 seconds, so may get out of here without Richland or Portageville ever having a bonus shot. Hadn't been a lot of fouls.
And there's a nice pass underneath. Nice feed underneath to Mathis for his first 2 points of the game. Gives Portageville 24-20 leads, 30 seconds left in the first half. Portageville's pressuring the ball. And a double dribble. A complete unforced error. I guess he was thinking about 2 steps ahead of what he was doing. Be Portageville's ball. I would bet they will hold it for the last shot with 23 seconds left on the clock. Richland stays back in the zone. Skip pass to.
There's that man in the middle of the zone.
With 8 seconds left, he puts up a 3. Estes does. Whoa. Okay. The end of the first half. It's not an artistic success. The score is Portageville 24, the 9th-seeded Portageville Bulldogs 24, the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels 22. The score was 18-10 at the end of the first quarter. Richland made up a lot of ground and tied the score. Portageville scored late to take a 2-point lead. Like I said, it was not an artistic success, but
I think this thing may get down to the end like some of the others have, and who can just keep from turning the ball over is probably going to be the ones. Portageville get in position to score, but they're not executing. They've thrown the ball away several times, out of bounds, through their hands, hit somebody in the leg. So
I imagine they'll be talking. I imagine they'll be getting an earful at halftime.
Well, I haven't seen Portageville play. They may be playing as well as they can play. I don't know.
I've only seen them play once, and they did play better that time. But again, when you think of some of the Portageville teams, the talent level just isn't there this year. But again, they're competitive. They're going to play hard, and they're always going to be a competitive team. They'll probably end up winning 15 games this year.
Well, yeah, he ought to be the coach of the year then if this team wins 15 games. Maybe he'll be coach of the year again.
Okay. Yeah, it won't be the first time.
No, it won't.
They're not getting the new boy on that.
That's right.
Okay, you're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Trinkets and Treasures, you will find a unique shop featuring charming antiques, gifts, and collectibles.
Customers come first at First Midwest Bank, located at 20 West Stoddard. Phone 624-3571. First Midwest Bank, chartered in 1963 and still locally owned and operated.
Whether redecorating or registering for your wedding, discover beautiful home decor at Decor.
Glensane Motors has 2 great locations, Rector, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Glensane Motor in Rector has all makes, models of GMC Yukon, Sierra trucks, and Acadias. Glensane Motors in Kennett has Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick, and GMC trucks. Glensane Motors located on Highway 49 North in Rector and 1607 Independence in Kennett. Glensane Motors, where friends bring you here and service brings you back.
A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients, are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
For Richland, Mickey Latham had 11 points, Langdon Miller 2, Drew Thornton 7, and John McGarity 2 for a total of 22 points. For Coach Bidwell and the Portageville Bulldogs, Jacob Estes had 4, Devin Bobo had 3, TJ Smith had 5, Fred Treadwell had 2, Dimitri Trotter had 2, DJ Birdwell had 2, Bruce Mathis had 2, Terrence Jones had 2, and Brian Wright had 2. 9 players scored, and for a total of 24 points. So they had to spread out, and he played everybody. I think.
You want to have good distribution in scoring, but you want to score more than 24 points in a half.
Well, they got distribution.
And Terry had a little bit of trouble reading some of the names on Portageville because it was in my writing, so I had to interpret. Portageville just now coming in from the locker room.
Stayed down there a long time. I think coaches sometimes coach too much, and going to come out cold and not even going to get a shot here at half. So we'll see if it makes any difference. Again, I think it's just in a close game, this first 3 minutes is really important.
Of course, for both teams, cold shooting was kind of the story of the first
half.
half.
Right, it was. Going to be Richland's basketball. They have the possession arrow.
Jeremy McGarity is still in the game, or back in the game. Nice movement on the ball that time.
Good quick score, like I say.
Yeah.
Richland comes out and
ties the game.
Hot. Now they're in that 1-2-2 half-court press again. Portageville breaks it.
But can't make the bucket. He battles hard, still can't get it to go. Estes underneath.
Three shots, and really didn't come close to making one.
No. Take away by Miller, and Jones turns around and fouls him on a takedown.
The winner of this game will play Hayti, and the loser will play East Carter tomorrow.
That's Talel Jones' second foul, first team foul on Portageville. And that was a shooting foul. So Landon Miller will go to the line for 2. Makes the first, gives Richland their first lead.
Takes the first lead of the night.
They've come out playing well the first minute. He hits them both and gives them a 2-point lead.
Staying in the 1-2-2 press. Getting it in where they need to get it, but they can't do anything with it once they get it in there.
Finish.
So
they just cannot finish. He's having trouble. Has trouble with the ball.
Right, he does. Just can't seem to get the ball in. Tall, gets to get the ball low, doing a good job getting it in there, but he can't get the ball in the basket.
Byron Wright with the 3, and a pretty good look at that. Birdwell with the rebound, had the stripped. Nice 2-pointer. Matt Thornton, his first 2 points. Been 6 points scored in this quarter. Richland has the ball. They have opened up a 4-point lead. Again, steal the ball and turn it right back over. Smith, I don't know what they called. Oh, it hit the side of the.
Hit the brace.
Hit the brace, so it'll be out of bounds to Richland.
Richland takes a timeout.
You're watching the 51st
4-point lead
Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Trinkets and Treasures, you will find a unique shop featuring charming antiques, gifts, and collectibles.
Customers come first at First Midwest Bank, located at 20 West Stoddard. Phone 624-3571. First Midwest Bank, chartered in 1963 and still locally owned and operated.
Whether redecorating or registering for your wedding, discover beautiful home decor at Decor.
Glen St. Motors has 2 great locations, Rector, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Glen St. Motor in Rector has all makes, models of GMC Yukon, Sierra trucks, and Acadias. Glen St. Motors in Kennett has Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick, and GMC trucks. Glen St. Motors located on Highway 49 North in Rector and 1607 Independence in Kennett. Glen St. Motors, where friends bring you here and service brings you back.
A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients, are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally, no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
Now, Coach may have been on to something with the Portageville came out of the locker room late, had no warm-up, and they come out cold.
Yes.
Richland looks like they had some warm-up, and they look like the more energized team coming out of the locker room in Portageville.
I think it's a mistake. All coaches have made it. I know I always would post a guy and tell me when there's 3 minutes left in the quarter and or left at the half, and then report it back to me, so I would not get so long-winded that I wouldn't at least get a few shots at the basket. You get cold, you sit down, and the gym's cold tonight. Right now, it's cold in here.
It is cold in here. There aren't any people left.
No, it's more like a practice session.
Portageville comes out and misses the point-blank layup. Played nice defense, get a layup, an uncontested layup, and missed the shot. Good hustle on Mathis. Bobo can't make the layup. It's like Byron Wright over the back. That should be his 3rd foul.
Not getting anything down.
No.
6-0 run for Richland.
6-0 run for Richland. Portageville's had several point-blank looks at it.
Just right at it.
And just cannot make the layup. Okay. Richland guy fell out of bounds, and the official first pointed Richland's way, but he reversed himself. Birdwell's back in the game.
Substituting freely.
Nice spin move by Estes.
Yes, it was. Got it down.
Got it down. So Portageville breaks their drought. They score only 2.5 minutes. They finally score 2. Another good pick.
That's about
by Trotter. He puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Tied up ball, Portageville's possession. That's 2 good steals by Trotter. first one he missed the layup. That one he missed the shot, but it's he's got good quick hands. Good skip pass. Trotter back in the corner, gets it out to Bobo.
Portageville trying to overload the zone right now and do end up with a good shot.
Yeah, got a good shot and missed it.
No cheese.
Birdwell gets over the back, but no foul called. Birdwell for three, short. Richland on a breakaway. And
this is not a good shooting team for Portageville.
No,
they're not a good shooting team.
Foul, I believe, was on Mathis. No, it was on Birdwell, his first, third team foul. Drew Thornton beats to the line for two. He's short on his first. That's the first one he's missed. Jones back in the game for Portageville. Thornton will try to convert the second half of the two-shot foul. Misses them both. That's the first two misses he's had this game. Portageville comes down with a chance to tie. And they've scored 2 points in this half in the first three and a half minutes. Into Jones underneath. Back out to Estes, and it's no good. Jones does get that one back in.
He got one back.
He got one back. We're
Did
tied.
A good job. Second rebound, or second shot, rebound.
4 minutes left in the third quarter. We're tied at 28. Charge called on Latham. Kind of lowered his shoulder and tried to go through Birdwell, who stood his ground, picked up the charge. That's 3 fouls on Latham, and he's the leading scorer for Richland. Jones underneath, nice spin move and a nice play.
They had no trouble getting it into Jones, and for some reason he's made 2 in a row where he couldn't get anything down.
He had that was a nice little spin move.
It was.
And good touch around the basket. Richland breaks the pressure pretty easily, and 2 points by McGarity, and Portageville calls timeout. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
What if sports were much more than just a game? And there was more at stake than just the score? What if it were possible to see the world impacted for Jesus Christ through the influence of athletes and coaches?
Hi, my name is Bill Ray. I'm the area representative for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Southeast Missouri. If you'd like to see athletes and coaches striving to win, doing it God's way, call me at 280-0932 or go to fca.org and put in your zip code. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
The absolute first thing is honesty is the best policy.
Treat people how you want to be treated. People keep coming back to Allen Christian because they get a good, honest, fair deal, and the service is second to none.
Just a family atmosphere with no pressure. We treat people right, and everybody seems to like it.
Try to take care of them the way we'd want to be taken care of, and our loyal customers know that. That's why they keep coming back, and we hope to continue that for a long time.
Single white female, enjoy shopping, long walks, and cuddling. Will you marry me?
Investing with someone you've never met doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones opens offices in our clients' neighborhoods, so you can get investment advice from someone you actually know. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Several times tonight we've seen Coach Bidwell call immediate timeout after a little defensive breakdown. He's not one to just kind of let it go, is he?
No, I'm sure that he's seeing some things this year that he hadn't seen in a while with his teams that he had last several years over there. He's been hard to beat.
Estes brings the ball down. He's a 6'1" senior.
And trying to get the ball into Jones, I think it's a good ploy to do that. I don't think they got anybody that can handle him inside.
Yeah, if he can just get it down. Estes with a little turnaround doesn't go. Jones tips, gets it back, puts it back. Jones now has 8 points. He's the leading scorer.
Good job then, not playing on the man's back and tipping to himself.
Another breakdown and another 2 points for McGarity.
Well, I had a man fake a charge over there and just took himself out of the play.
Made it a 5-on-4 game, and that's the way you get layups. Birdwell from the corner. He drives baseline into Jones, who short arms that one. Birdwell guarding Thornton closely out front. Nice steal by Jones. Jones picked it up this third quarter.
He doesn't play that bad. He just has had trouble getting it in the basket, although he has scored 6 points this quarter.
Not a good pass. Tied at 32 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Foul on Jones. He's late getting over, and that would be his third foul. His third foul, the team's fourth. Looks like some wholesale substitutions on behalf of Portageville getting ready to come in.
About almost a full team.
Landon Miller will be back to the line.
Last minute and 50 seconds here probably of the quarter.
Miller makes the first.
The winner of this game will play tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and the loser will play at 2 o'clock, so they are going to be able to get a little rest. That Dexter Van Buren game is the one I wouldn't be too interested in getting ready for, although I've seen it happen.
Van Buren's going to be supposed to be here at 9:30 tomorrow morning. And we heard it's snowing tonight in Van Buren. Richland takes a 34-32 lead with 1:45 left in the third quarter.
You know, Portageville had a 10-point lead early and looked like they may be going to handle them. And Richland just hung in there.
Three-pointer by Wright, and it's a good shot.
I think
he
that's
splashes
the first
it down.
three, isn't it, for Portageville?
No, Smith had one in the first quarter. That's their second three.
Second three.
Richland has, of course, the three that Latham had. Good bounce pass down. That's going to be a potential three-point play.
I don't think I've ever seen a Portageville team where people got in behind them down that back end as much as I've seen tonight. So
Drew Thornton with the basket. He's got a chance to make it old-fashioned three-point play.
Coach Bidwell got his starters on the bench right now, most of them.
Which he does. Three-point play with Thornton. Gives Richland a 37-35 lead. Birdwell from the wing, and a nice-looking shot.
Portageville's got a lot of good looks, just hadn't been able to make them.
ties the game at 37, less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Portageville again pressuring the ball in the man-to-man. Bangs one off the bat court, and it looks like Treadwell's over the back. That would be his third foul, or they have, that's his third foul. 16 foul. Richland's only committed one foul. That number may come in big in the fourth quarter.
6 fouls on Portageville.
Yeah, Richland will be in the bonus for the entire fourth quarter, and Portageville may never get there. Take away by Portageville, but he steps on the line. Richland got a break.
Yeah, I believe I would let that go.
I think I would have. Nice move, little ball fake. Got the man in the air, and Langdon Miller puts Richland up by 2. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Richland back in their zone. And almost get a steal. 20 seconds left. Birdwell down to Mathis. And he throws it away. 12.9 seconds left, so Richland will get the last shot. Portageville will be pressuring all over the court. Trotter with another good defensive play. He got out of the defense and then recovered real well and hustled back and got back into the lane to intercept that pass. As the
came all the way back across the floor. As
time expires, Richland's up. The Richland Rebels, the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels, leading the 9th-seeded Portageville Bulldogs. This is supposed to be a close game, and it's 39-37. Going into the fourth quarter, you're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, have you disinfected the area? Good. Now make a 3-inch incision between the 4th and 5th abdominal muscles.
Shouldn't you be doing this?
It's really straightforward. Listen, I gotta go, Bob. I'll talk to you later.
Making important financial decisions on your own doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones prefers meeting clients face-to-face. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Well, I think this one's going to get down to the end.
Yeah, if anybody scores 60.
I don't think either team is strong enough to make a run on the other team right now.
No.
So it'll probably get down right to the end. So be about the 3rd or 4th game we got down to the wire on tonight. This game here hadn't quite had the intensity of at least 2 of the other games.
No, there's just been too many unforced errors.
And Malden Kennett really had a lot of intensity.
South Bend Twin Rivers also was a pretty intense game. We've had some good games today. This is a close game. It's not necessarily a good one. I don't think either, but
just keep going down the backside.
Going down the backside, and he missed the layup. Portageville looks like they're going to spread their offense some. And they didn't do anything.
Throw it away again.
travel. Portageville was all over the ball, and he got to travel. The Richland fans thought there might have been a foul there. But the officials are pretty much letting them play this game.
Yeah, they are. They're not nitpicking.
Long, lazy pass across the zone, and he gets over. Good feed underneath to Jones, and he scores it.
Another backside play.
Nice backside play, good look, good feed, and he finished, which he has been doing this quarter. And then he gets beat on the post.
Straight post play, turn, face, knock it in.
Yeah, Drew Thornton, a 6'1" sophomore, with a nice post move. No. Estes is fouled out front. And that's by Mickey Latham. They're probably the closest thing to a point guard that Richland has, and their three-point shooter. He hadn't scored this half, but he picks up his fourth foul. So he takes a seat on the bench. Probably going to be there for a little while. That's only the second team foul by Richland. There's a walk. He shuffled. Another blown layup, and another backdoor.
Anytime the ball goes one side or the other, the man on the backside is coming across wide open, which means that the defender's not looking back.
Nope. (41-39), 5:50 to go in the game. Richland's leading Portageville 41-39. Byron Wright with the rebound and a possible three-point play.
Ties the game, 41-41.
Wright was fouled on the shot. By McGarity, his first. And Wright has an opportunity to make the old-fashioned three-point play and put his team ahead. Can't convert. And a foul by Smith.
That puts Richland into the bonus.
Richland goes in the bonus. They'll be shooting 1-on-1. They'll be shooting the bonus the rest of the game. And they still have 4 fouls to give before they put Portageville on the bonus. That was T.J. Smith's second foul, 17th foul. Drew Thornton will go to the line for 1-on-1. And he makes the first. And will get a second. He puts his team up by 1, 42-41, 5:40 left in the game. And he calmly puts down the other. He's had that's about 16 for Thornton this game. He's had a nice game. And he's a 6'1" sophomore. Portageville still trying to get the ball underneath. Knocked out of bounds by Richland. Birdwell will inbound it underneath their own basket. Out to right. There's a kick. Ball go back to Portageville. Just nothing crisp about this game.
No, it's just no rhythm to the game, whatever.
Again, ball off of Richland, out of bounds. Portageville will inbound. Estes will inbound to the right at the backcourt. Richland staying in the zone, and Portageville tries to get it inside. It's intercepted, knocked away by Richland. Nice defensive play. Garrity out front brings him. Had the advantage, but pulled it back.
So they run down, see if they run that man down the backside again.
There's the double dribble.
Yep.
Called it a walk, but I think it was a double dribble. Richland fans don't really agree with this call. And some of them are even expressing that. That man certainly doesn't think it's very good. There might have been some contact, but it certainly wasn't any more than what hadn't been called all night.
No,
there's nothing inconsistent about not calling a foul on that. And if there's not a foul, then he certainly either double dribbled or walked. Underneath the right, a nice little drop.
And the game tied again. This may be another of those overtime games, Coach.
Now we're not supposed to do that on the last game of the eighth game of the night.
I told my wife I'd be home at 9 o'clock.
Like a timeout by Portageville with 4:07 left in the game. The game's tied, 43-43. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place. A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment, great instructors,
and convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Glen St. Motors has two great locations, Rector, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Glen St. Motor in Rector has all makes, models of GMC Yukon, Sierra trucks, and Acadias. Glen St. Motors in Kennett has Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick, and GMC trucks. Glen St. Motors located on Highway 49 North in Rector and 1607 Independence in Kennett. Glen St. Motors, where friends bring you here and service brings you back.
Well, I think we might see in the next 4 minutes which team might be able to step up. It doesn't look right now like either team's been ready to step up.
No,
nobody's showing any signs of taking over.
Neither team can spread it out more than 4 or 5 points. I think early in the game, Portageville had a 10-point lead, but it was like 12-2 or something. But then they closed it, and it hadn't been anything since.
Yeah, it's been a 2 to 3 point game ever since then. It's now tied at 43. Again, Richland is in the bonus. Portageville is a long way from it.
Yes, it's going to be one of those games that's going to get down to the last second shot, last second turnover.
Tried to feed Thornton underneath and bounces off of him, out of bounds. Ball over to Portageville. Byron Wright's bringing the ball down the court. Estes on the wing. He's double teamed, and the ball stripped, but it goes out of bounds off of Richland. Portageville will inbound. TJ Smith into Byron Wright. was a nice move to the basket, just couldn't get it to fall. Rebound by Mac Thornton. Again, another turnover. That's 2 in a row. A takedown. The Richland fans are on their feet. And now Portageville gets fouled at the other end. That was kind of a slow motion play, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a turnover down here. Portageville got the ball and 3 men attack him, and somehow they got out of there with it. I don't know how.
Byron Wright will shoot 2, makes the first, puts Portageville up. Yeah, it was 1-on-4 down there, and he hits the ground. Portageville ends up with the ball and 2 points. And Portageville off the made free throw will press. Still by Trotter on the tip by Wright. Wright has a nice move and misses. Wright's acting like he wants to take charge in this game. Last 2 times down the floor, Wright's acting like he wants to take charge of the game. And we'll see what he does.
Here we go.
And there's a 3-pointer and can't get it to fall, but Jones is there not to clean up. And Jones is over the back. That'll be the 4th foul on Talel Jones. As he came over the back, he earned it. Yeah, he's going to get 2 shots, and he's going to get 1-on-1. Drew Thornton will go to the line for a 1-on-1. He's 6 out of 8 from the line so far.
Portageville still not in the bonus.
Thornton 6 for 8 from the line. That's 16 points. Make that 17, and he gets the bonus. 7 for 9 for Thornton. He's just a sophomore. And he ties it up with another free throw.
Tie game.
Lazy pass over to Wright. Smith, Birdwell. Smith for 3, and it's good.
Nice shot.
TJ Smith with his 2nd 3 of the game. That's a big one, puts him up by 3. Trotter almost had another steal. He's had a couple in this game. Nice catch down on a high throw by Thornton. And again, he goes to the line. Fouls on Trotter, his first. 19th foul on Portageville. Thornton will again go to the line where he has hit 8 out of 10.
3-point lead's big in this game. Why are we waiting?
Cleaning up a little moisture on the other end. Okay, this is going to be a 2-shot foul for Thornton. Nice shot.
Got her down.
He's 9 out of 11 from the line. Has 19 points. Little short that time. Scramble for the ball. Portageville comes away with it. Portageville's up by 2, 48-46. There's 2 minutes left in the game. Underneath the Trotter, out to Smith. Birdwell over to Wright. Estes with the spin underneath, a little hook and way off. Another rebound by Drew Thornton. Drew Thornton has played a pretty good game. He's got 19 points and done a good job underneath and on the boards. Timeout by Richland. We'll try to set up something. 1 minute 25 left. Scores Portageville 48, Richland 46. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
How are you doing today?
Doing great, wonderful.
Hello, and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, so or this game tournament, so I'm not.
Well, it looks like Richland's been trying to get the ball into Drew Thornton. He's been their offense pretty much this half. He has 11 points this half.
Well, we're down to the end right now. We're down to the nut cutting, and
the way this game's going, a 2-point lead might be
right.
huge.
That could be. It could be.
Yeah, but if ever gets to be to 3, that might be it.
Been a lot of turnovers, I'd say, and I haven't kept them accurately, and so I'd say both teams are in the 30 turnover area.
Yeah, this has been, I said it earlier, this has not been an artistic success for either team.
No, it hasn't been. Okay, I believe it's Richland's ball out of bounds.
It becomes important. Portageville has the possession arrow.
If they've set up a special play.
Latham puts it in.
I guess they did.
That special play, they get it into Latham. He scores his first 2 points of the second half to tie it up. Minute 15 to go. Estes has the ball in the backcourt. Timeout, Portageville. Let's see if he makes any substitutions. I don't know if he'll. I think Jones is in the game. He's been their scorer for a good part of this half. He scored 8 points. Byron Wright has 9 points this half.
Well, my gut feeling is he's going to play for one shot, and the way they've been handling the ball, I'd be very skeptical if they can hold the ball for 1 minute and 12 seconds. But
I don't think they can.
Layup maybe. Get in the layup slot, but knowing Bidwell, I believe he'll play for one shot.
I think he'll play for one shot.
Which is the right thing to do, but it's sometimes it's difficult with a team that can't handle the ball very well.
And they haven't been making layups very well,
no.
So you may not really want that.
And so I don't know. It's kind of a perplexing decision to make, actually. I'd be surprised if he don't try to hold the ball, for one.
Jacob Richland's going to pressure the ball out of bounds. Estes will trigger it into Byron Wright. He's being guarded closely by Mac Thornton.
No, they're not going to play for one.
He drives the lane, misses the layup. Richland comes out with the rebound with 1 minute to go.
I have a lot of trouble believing that that's what Coach Bidwell wanted.
I think Richland got away with the walk a minute ago. I don't think the Richland coach wanted that. The scramble down underneath is going to be Portageville's ball. The alternate possession
error.
Well, with a little less than 40 seconds left, we got a tie score. It's same situation as it was about 30 seconds ago. Portageville has the ball. It's 48-48. They didn't hold for one shot last time. Mac Thornton, defender who's defending Byron Wright, is limping badly. They may want to take advantage of that.
No, he's going to take the shot.
Estes goes in, puts it up, and he scores. They're counting it. Basket's good. Estes scores his 8th point.
He called the bucket good. There's a little bit of confusion here.
We got 2 guys limping on Richland. The foul looked to be on, I don't know.
Was the score was tied, wasn't it?
The score was tied.
Okay,
now
there
they now have it up.
Now they have it.
Looked like the foul was on. The foul may have been on Latham. It was, and that's his 5th foul. He just made his first bucket of the second half, and now he fouls out with 27.6 seconds to go. Estes will be at the line, try to make a 3-point lead. Estes is the only Richland player with a 3-point bucket tonight, and he's now fouled out of the game. I don't think there's any other Richland player that I remember has even shot a 3-point.
No, I don't think so either. And
Chad Tilley comes into the game, and it's his first, I think his first appearance.
This is a hard time to bring a guy in for the first.
It is.
First time for the night, but
he might be a shooter.
You got to know what you got to do.
Richland has not substituted very much tonight. Estes completes the 3-point play, gives Portageville a 51-48 lead. 27.6 seconds left in the 8th game here on the first day of the Bloomfield tournament. There's plenty of time on the clock. Richland does not have to go for a 3-pointer.
No.
Although, as prolific as the offenses have been in this game, you might want to wait for that. But I don't think they have any 3-point shooters out there.
No. The little left-handed guard, he hit 3, I believe, the first half, and
he did.
So. Again, there hadn't been a lot of threes taken in this ball game.
No. Well, both teams have been able to get the ball inside fairly well.
Whenever they wanted to, either team. Whenever they wanted to, they just hadn't been able to knock them down.
You know, when you can do that, you don't need to take the threes, but you hope you can do that and make the layups.
That's right.
Portageville is going to pressure the ball, going to pressure full court. Lob pass in, almost a foul. Pull up. Byron Wright with the ball. Is he going to pull it up? Yes, he pulls back to hold the ball. And he's fouled. It was a good move on the part of Wright to pull back. He was fouled by Langdon Miller, his first foul, only team's 6th foul, so they still got one to give. Jones out front with the ball, 12 seconds left, and another foul by Langdon Miller.
That'll put him on the line.
Put him on the line for 1-on-1.
I believe Portageville's going to escape.
They might. Demetric Trotter will go to the line. He has 2 points in the game, has not attempted any free throws.
I've seen Portageville win a lot of ball games like this, but usually with better talent. Of course, you know.
And a nice looking free throw.
Everything's relative, I guess.
A nice looking free throw.
Bidwell's telling them not to foul.
And Trotter knocks them both down. Knocks them both down with a good looking shot.
He's telling them not to foul.
7 seconds left. Inside to Thornton for another 2. He now has 21, I believe, on the game. Timeout by Richland, 1.8 seconds left.
Well, if they'll get it to the other end of the floor and touch the ball, then the game's over.
Right. They just have to get it out. Yeah, they just have to get it to the other end of the floor and touch it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with trying to make the.
That's the key.
That's the problem with trying to make the long passes. If you overthrow everybody, then Richland gets the ball underneath their bucket.
That's right.
It wasn't made basket that time, so Portageville will be able to run the baseline on making the inbounds pass. But it'd be very tough to get an interception and get a shot off.
Well, this game's probably very similar to the first game that was played, only Richland came out on top that night.
I believe that one was 70-68. I think
was
70-68. It was so they made a few more layups that game.
Must have they got up and down the floor a little bit more than they have tonight.
Okay, Estes will trigger the ball in for Portageville. He'll be able to run the baseline. He gets it in the right. No foul. Game's over. Portageville wins 53-50. The 9th-seeded Portageville Bulldogs defeat the Richland Rebels. The 8th-seeded Richland Rebels 53-50 in the final game of the first day of the Bloomfield tournament. It wasn't artistic. It wasn't pretty, but it is a win, and they'll move on to play the first-seeded Hayti Indians tomorrow night. Scoring for the night's game, first for the 8th-seeded Richland Rebels, who lost 53-50. Mickey Latham was their leading scorer. He had 13 points. 11 of those were in the first half. He got into foul trouble. He scored a bucket, tied a game late in the game, and then fouled out. He had 3 threes. Landon Miller had 8 points. Drew Thornton had a nice game. The 6'1 sophomore had 21 points. Mac Thornton, the 5'10 sophomore, had 2 points. And John McGarity had 6 points for the final tally of 50. Portageville was led in scoring by Byron Wright with 11 points. He kind of took over in the second half, scored 9 of his 11 points in the second half. He's followed by Talel Jones, who scored 10. And again, he had a nice third quarter. And eight of those in the second half. Jacob Estes had 9, Devin Bobo 3, T.J. Smith 8, Fred Treadwell 2, Demetric Trotter had 4, including 2 big free throws late in the game. D.J. Birdwell 4, and Bruce Mathis had 2 for Portageville's 53. Well, Coach, what do you think about the first day of the tournament?
Well, I think we had a lot of close games. I don't think the level of play is nearly what it has been in the past. But I think we're going to see tomorrow on the championship side, I think we're going to see the same thing we saw today. And, again, I think there will be at least two good ball games on the consolation side and then probably 2 not so good. So that's kind of the way I see it. And, we'll let it play out.
What team impressed you most today?
Well, I like Puxico. I thought they got up and down the floor. I thought they defended well. I thought they hit the threes, and I thought they boarded well. And I think it's going to take a real good effort to beat Puxico if they play like they did tonight.
I thought Puxico played an excellent game, and they came in as a 12 seed. Of course, it's hard to tell with the first 3 seeds, Hayti, Bernie, and Donovan. They weren't pressed.
Right.
And so
I was a little surprised at Donovan. They played better than I thought they would, but East Prairie, on the other hand, played. Was it East Prairie?
Yeah, they did play East Prairie. I thought that would be a good game.
They did not play up to their capabilities, in my opinion.
It was 35-11 at halftime.
Right,
It just was not a close game. The other 2 teams, Bernie and Hayti, weren't impressed at all. But I'm like you. I was very impressed with Puxico. I think Malden's a better team than their seed.
Yep.
They had a lot of talent, and they played and they got put to the test by the Kennett Indians, who played better than a 10 seed, and quite frankly played better than most time they played this year.
Yeah,
but
it's a good ball game.
It's been an eventful day. It's been some very good games, especially late in the day, and we'll be back tomorrow for another 8 games.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, the first day of the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament is in the books, and I'm Charlie Flanagan, and I'm joined with Jim Bidewell from Portageville, and they just defeated the Richland Rebels by 3 points. Coach, give us a little bit of an assessment of the game.
Well, we had played Richland first game of the year, and it was a close ball game then. They beat us by 2, and so we knew we were in for a battle, and they really go to the boards well. our kids responded in the second half after a slow first half and kind of held on. Time ran out for us. So.
Yeah. Well, I thought you guys played pretty good defense, and I thought your kids went to the boards pretty well down the stretch. I don't know what the boy's name is, your tallest kid?
Jones, Terrell Jones, yeah. Terrell wasn't very happy at halftime with himself, and the big 22 for Richland, who beat us the first time almost single-handedly, was doing the same thing in the first half, and so he kind of took it upon himself coming into the game, but he wanted to put a stop to him, and the first half he didn't, so he was kind of down. But he responded well the second half and came on and really contributed on the glass.
Did you make any type of defensive changes at halftime that kind of helped you down the stretch?
No, we stuck with our man-to-man, and because they shot the ball so well first time we played them, so we didn't want to leave them open. So we just tried to create some turnovers by playing aggressive man, and I think we got a few, even though you know, many times we didn't take care of the ball like we should, but you know, it's going to happen early in the season.
You know, offensively, you guys were pretty methodical. You look for an awfully good shot every time down. Is that more of your coaching philosophy, or is that because you really don't have the great shooter from the outside?
Well, our kids could shoot it pretty well from the outside, but the first time we played them, we really came down and really took some bad shots, and really gave them a chance to get ahead of us. And tonight we wanted to make sure we had a good shot before we did take it. And so I don't know if it's so much my style or whatever. We just want to take a good shot. And the kids did well, I thought, doing that.
Yeah. It was an awfully close ball game. I think in the second half, I don't think anybody led by more than 4 unless it was right on the end. And you guys were able to pull out the lead there at the end with, you know, 3 points. What do you attribute, you know, finally getting the lead there at the end as opposed to going back and forth, you know, throughout most of the second half?
The difference of finishing this time was we spent a little more time on the defensive end and rebound than we did at Richland. You know, it was just the opposite. We would give up that big rebound or not make that defensive stop, and they ended up beating us. And I think tonight we decided to put a little more effort on the defensive end, and I think that was the difference.
Now, with the victory tonight, what does that make your record?
We're 4-2 right now, and of course our 2 losses being to Richland once, and then Hayti, who we match up with coming up tomorrow night.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the Hayti team that you're going to play tomorrow.
Very athletic. Have a big William Cooper, 6'5", 6'6", 250 plus on the inside, and he really dominated the first time we played him. Kind of like a similar to Richland, we have to really keep him off the boards because we're small, so we have to kind of rebound by committee.
Okay. Well, folks, that's Coach Bidewell from Portageville, and they were victorious tonight, and they will play Hayti tomorrow night.
Correct.
Coach, good luck.
I appreciate it.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter, 573-624-3528.
Now I'm joined with Coach Casey Knight of the Richland Rebels. Coach Knight had a real tough ball game with Portageville tonight and came up just a little bit short. Thought your kids played real hard. What was your assessment of the ball game?
Well, I thought we played real hard too. We knew coming in that it was going to be a very hard. We knew it was going to be very hard to play a Portageville team. You know, again, we played them the first game of the season, ended up beating them at our place, and you know, I have very much respect for Coach Bidewell. He does a good job.
Yeah.
We knew they've been off since December 8th, so they've had a lot of time to prepare. I thought that first game, we had a little bit of an element of surprise the first game of the season. We ended up beating them by 2 there, but we knew it was going to be a battle, and it was a battle, and I was proud of the kids. We fell short. Yeah, it fell a little bit short.
Second half, it was a heck of a battle. You know, you'd get up by 2, they'd get up by 2, and I don't think any team led by more than 4 until right at the very end, and then it ended up being a 3-point ball game. Did Portageville do anything to you that was a little bit different than the first time you played them, or was it pretty much a carbon copy of the first game?
They threw a little bit different defense at us, but mainly they've done what their strengths are. You know, they pressured the ball, got up and pressured our wings, made it very hard for us to catch the ball, and just to get into our offense. So, I mean, just the pressure and the typical Portageville style basketball.
I know your 3 sophomores are your key players on the floor, but I don't know the boy's name, but number 20. I thought he played extremely hard, and he came up with some pretty big plays for you there at a couple of points.
Definitely. That's Landon Miller. This is his first time starting. He's a senior, and he'd been battling a knee injury, so this was his first time back. And he's the garbage guy. He gets on the floor, draws the charges, and he's that guy that every coach needs. And he tweaked his knee there at the end, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about East Carter. You're going to play them tomorrow night in the consolation bracket.
They played this morning. They played the number 1 seed Hayti at 9 this morning. I wasn't able to make it down, but obviously we got to come out. And this game tonight gave us plenty of things to work on. Handling the ball and getting into our offense and just the little things that hurt ourselves. So we obviously get a chance to come tomorrow, bounce back. No practice, but in the heat of battle to work on those things. And I think we just got to come out and try to play our style of basketball.
Well, now I got to ask you one last question. You're a pretty excitable guy on the sideline, and you're pretty vocal. And with the last name of Knight, any relation to Bobby?
Oh, it's my uncle now. No, it's fine. I wish. Maybe I'd be on his sideline.
Well, Coach, you did a great job. Your kids played real hard, and we wish you all the luck the rest of the way in the tournament.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, and Dexter. 573-624-3528.